Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the second episode of On the Balcony. We're here today with Piette, a really cool artist, also known as Art.by.Caro. You can find him on Instagram. So Caroline, why don't you tell us a bit about what it is that you're doing?
Okay, so I am an artist and painter. I mainly work with acrylic paint, and I've been painting for over 10 years, but for the past 3 years, I've been taking it more on a serious level. Um, I love painting. It's always been a hobby of mine, and since the past 3 years, I try to make it more into a profession. So it's kind of like a side hustle turning into like a bigger project for me. I mainly paint with acrylic paint, but I also do drawing and ink work. I like to paint mostly natural landscapes and stuff that make people feel a certain way when they see the art. So there's lots of expression and also an atmosphere involved when seeing the art.
So would you say the landscapes and stuff are your source of inspiration, or what exactly inspires you to paint?
Yeah, for sure, nature. So I've just always been amazed by like the sky or like the ocean. Um, I appreciate nature a lot when I'm around it. And for some reason, when I see something, I have this urge and desire to create it. And that becomes my mission. I have to create what I'm seeing. Um, so, yeah, most of my work is with nature, but I also do different things. I also paint anime because I love anime. I grew up with it, and kind of the same urge when I see something in front of me, I have to reproduce it. I want to create it. So yeah, that's some of the stuff I do, and I guess what inspires me.
That's so cool that not only do you draw your source of inspiration from landscapes and nature, but you also draw it from fictional sources like anime. And I also grew up watching anime, and I can, it really evokes a sense of nostalgia, and I can really appreciate the amount of skill that is going into your work. And your landscapes really, like, it reminds me of home, the tropical paintings and the warmness. So I can really appreciate the level of skill that you're putting into this work. It's amazing.
So I know you had some art shows that were cancelled because of COVID. Um, so how have you been spending that time? Because I know you would have spent a lot of time preparing for that. So what have you been doing during COVID instead?
Yes, so that happened March 2020, where I had an art show, but it did get canceled. So since then, I am very fortunate where I can still make art. I do it at my home, and I just keep making it, and I do get some commissions, and that's how I make money from it. And I'm also preparing for another art show. Hopefully, it pulls through. Maybe after the second wave, but that's going to be also in March of 2021. So in the meantime, I'm preparing for that.
Okay, good. So I know you brought some stuff that you were gonna talk about, and you were gonna do a little bit of painting, or I'll let you explain all that stuff because I'm not well versed.
Yeah. No, for sure. I have my paintings here, and something's going to change. There's going to be something added to these. So what these are, they're word blocks, and it's a painting, and then I add a word to it. And I really like this because not only does the painting create the scene or the mood or the emotion, whatever the viewer is feeling when they see these, but there's also a word to heighten that experience of viewing it. So I have these that I'm going to show you. Basically, I have a word on each of them. This one says stay, and then this one says crash. So stay, kind of like nostalgic, stay in this moment. Maybe if it zooms in, it'll look better. And then this one, crash. I'm not really sure why, what type of mood it evokes, but it has to relate with waves crashing. So I really like doing these, and I know people who follow me, they also enjoy seeing them. I have a few more here. This one is like, it is one of my favorites, and it's the first one I ever did, and I can't sell it. It's not for sale. I just have a soft spot for it. So this one says dream. And basically I paint like everywhere, on the back, the bottom. Yeah, I spend a lot of time doing it. And then these are just a few more over there, part of the collection. Yeah.
Nice.
So I love all the colors that you're using and the things that you're painting. I always thought that the word blocks were so cute and tiny, but I never actually thought of the word heightening the experience of the viewer. I know like paintings are usually left up to the interpretation of the viewer, but I love the fact that you as the artist are basically putting there the idea that you had in your head, or letting the viewer, almost adding to what the viewer might have been thinking as well. And I know you brought 2 more of the word blocks to do a bit of painting for us today, so
why don't you show us what you can do?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna start with stay. This one, it's not that hard to do. It's very small, so because it's so small, I'm just gonna be using some ink. Basically, this was a stencil I had created, and I put it on the painting. I actually have it here, I can show you. So what I do is I go on the internet and go on a font website. So I look at fonts and I choose what I like, and then I trace it over my laptop, and then I basically imprint it on the canvas, and now I've just got to color it in. So everything is like by hand. It's kind of a lot of work. Usually people do things digitally now, but I just do it. I'm old-fashioned.
More authentic, more you.
Yeah. And maybe there's a part of me that's like kind of scared of like diving into technology and doing art that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in trying it, but I'm just not ready yet. I want to see what else I can do by hand. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this.
This is what it is, okay? I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
So I just finished up. Here's Crash. I think I might add a few more details. I think I want to highlight the letters more, but that's it so far. I think it's kind of cool. And then this one is Stay. This one's really nice. I like the feeling it evokes.
Be water, my friend.
They're so warm and nice. The colors are amazing. And like, my art vocabulary is not good, but they're amazing. And you guys should make sure to follow her. But we'll get to that. So what's next for you?
So I am working towards the exhibition I'm doing in March. And I'm just trying to paint as much as I can. I want to make a lot more collections and also stuff that is accessible to people in terms of like lower pricing, because I know art can be expensive. Another thing that I am working towards is launching my work on a website. And I will also be changing Art.by.Caro, the name of myself. It's going to be a different name. Yeah, I want to really do that. I don't want to do the cliche art by this, music by this. You know, I just kind of want to step it up and identify myself differently. So I will be announcing that on my social media, so people can tune into that when that is announced.
Great. Well, in the meantime, you know where to find her. Art.by.Caro.
Yeah, that's my Instagram. Art.by.Caro. Sounds weird to say.
Just the dots. But yeah, so make sure to follow her to see all this amazing artwork. You know, if you want to buy anything, request anything, she's your girl.
Yeah, or learn about art. Yeah. Also, Megan, thank you so much for having me here. This is like the cutest and hippest balcony. I'm so happy to be part of this project. I know it's gonna go far. Like, you are already booked and busy. So I'm so glad to be here. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much for joining us. And until next time.